All right, so we have all of our official members and Krista.
Yes, here.
All right, for ex officio, Karen Parker said she couldn't make it. Is Valerie Harrison? No. All right. So moving on, I hope everyone had a chance to look at the meeting minutes from last month. If anyone has any questions or anything on that, if not, let's have a motion to approve the meeting from last month. All right, got a motion from Nate. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, second from Maureen. All those in favor? Any opposed?
No.
All right, so the meeting minutes are approved. So for tonight's meeting, I just want to kind of provide everyone on an update on where we stand with the survey that we approved and got out last meeting. To date, so far, we've received 16 results, which is pretty good, you know, considering it's still kind of a slow start. But Sue says a lot of people have been coming in and actually filling out paper ones that are here in town hall, and that she's been entering them manually into the Google form. I think our next best strategy to kind of get the survey out there more is, I know I still plan to attend a Rotary meeting. I'm a member there. I will have our little sheet printed out with the QR code on it, encouraging any town members of Rotary to take the survey. I also just recently moved into a new apartment complex that has its own internal newsletter that I'm gonna submit that there too, so that way the residents that in that building and the complex can also take the survey. I think that would be a great thing for anyone else. If anyone else is happening to reside in a apartment complex or an HOA, if they have any sort of internal newsletter or something like that, that'd be a great place to start. Similar to Rotary, if anyone else is involved in any other organizations or anything like that, that's a big group of town specific people. I think that would be a really great help if we could encourage people to bring copies of the survey or the QR code with the link on it so people can just take it at their leisure. Similar to that, I did see, thank you, Kim. It's in this month's newsletter as well. So I hope we can kind of keep including that for as long as we're going to have it open. We said that we were going to keep it open until January. So we have month of November and then December to try to really get as many results as we can. And then so that way we can hit the ground running at the start of the new year to have basically our mandate from the community on what are the issues they would like us to tackle and how they would like, you know, CAP to really go about accomplishing its mission. I can tell you just from looking at the responses we do have right now, our top results for issues that people are concerned about, as we all kind of assumed, natural resources, protecting Canandaigua Lake, protecting farmland and stuff like that. Next is infrastructure, things like utilities, roadways, sidewalks. And then followed behind that is parks and recreation. So those are our three kind of top policy issues that are, from the results we have right now, are the biggest ones. In terms of what people would like to see from CAP, that question, our overwhelming majority results so far is, of course, advocating community needs to the town board directly, followed by information about town government, with people to go, how they can get their questions answered, if they have anything about how the government functions in town of Canandaigua. And then surprisingly, this is actually something that I didn't anticipate getting a lot of results, but our third highest for that is actually fostering a greater sense of community in the town of Canandaigua.
Wow.
So I think that could be something to really think about too as we move forward after we get our final results for the new year. And then finally, how the community would like to kind of receive updates from CAP the overwhelming majority said the Town of Canandaigua newsletter is their preferred way of getting that, so that's good. We don't have to necessarily worry about necessarily trying to have print media out there or anything like that. Next highest was then social media posts. So that's again, very cost effective, easier to reach a big group of people. And the third highest was email. And hopefully as soon as we get a CAP specific email on the Town of Canandaigua website, we can then start, communicating directly with people. If they have any questions or concerns, they can relay it directly to CAP.
I did make that request again today, so hopefully within the next week or two.
Great.
We have our, what's that?
You should be here tomorrow to follow up with.
We do have our own page on the website, so if you wanna look at it, there's, it's obviously in the beginning stages now, but we can add that things to it. As we implement.
So still on the survey, does anyone else have any suggestions about better ways we can kind of spread the word about the survey?
I'm just curious about write-ins.
Write-ins?
In other words, did anybody put anything on there that you hadn't already printed?
Oh, right. Yes, for all the questions, we did include other.
Yeah.
People could write them in. Let's see here. For top issue, like for the issues people want to see addressed, one person put walkability. I believe that kind of falls under transportation. But that's one issue someone wrote in. Other people, a lot more people wrote in for what they would like to see from CAP. We have one result for encouraging competition, or excuse me, encouraging completion of the town's goals outlined in the comprehensive plan, correct? Yep. Then we have advocating for preserving town history. A working relationship with the CLWA. And then continuing the implementation of the comprehensive plan. So we have two for comprehensive.
CLWA is at Canandaigua Lake.
Lake Water says.
What was the first one? Preserving the history?
Advocating for preserving historic homeland. Rural character and reducing the number of Airbnbs.
Oh.
That was the whole result.
What?
Wow.
Airbnbs.
Oh.
Reducing the number?
Airbnb.
Fewer
So we have a
rentals.
lot of
Oh, along
Airbnbs,
the lake.
do we? Wow.
And
It's been a constant battle. as
Is
it's been the last
seriously?
couple of years,
Everywhere.
right?
is it, why is it a battle?
Well, because first of all, regulating for safety and to make sure that there's, they make sure that they're safe, to make sure we have an inventory of the parcels that we have. And also the fact that we've seen in recent years, they've been more, Airbnb, even corporations that might run them have been more aggressive in buying up properties. Even just regular homes that you might see within the city or town, turning them into short-term rentals, that inflates the housing market. But the biggest, and that's a downfall, but in the immediate is just safety. Because if something were to happen and we didn't have a permit or we didn't have anything on file and they hadn't been inspected, to avoid any sort of tragedy or anything like that. And everybody complains all summer long. So yeah, because they can, it is an issue. It's a real issue throughout the summer if you live near one.
Yes.
If you have people
Parties.
out there.
Parties, yeah.
Park-
Parking parties,
Yeah.
noise.
Trespassing.
Yeah,
Mm.
trespassing, feeding your horses.
Do they
all
have
those
to have a
things.
permit?
Really?
I guess.
What's that?
I don't want to sidetrack us, but do they have to have a
Yeah.
permit to do it?
You have to have a permit. And we have a company that we contract with
Okay,
that searches all the databases.
okay.
And if there's some that don't show up,
And,
haven't been permitted but are advertising,
Yeah.
then our code enforcement goes out.
oh, that's good,
And they've issued appearance tickets to court for them,
really.
with the goal of bringing them in compliance and just getting them to do that. Pretty much everybody does.
So is that an Airbnb thing where every town, you have to have a permit to be an Airbnb?
No, but many do,
Hmm.
and it's growing, it's a growing concern. There's some that have put a cap on them, limited them altogether, or even outlawed them. So you have different ranges.
Yeah,
I mean, that does get to the idea of community. It's hard to get community when you have a lot of
If
non-residents
you have people all around you who are just renting for a week at a time.
for a weekend.
Even your tourist, we're a tourist place.
Those were.
Oh, I'm all for what he's saying.
Yeah.
I was just, yeah.
So, kind of back to the survey. Nate, thank you for asking about the write-ins. I forgot to mention those. But yeah, so any other ideas of how we can kind of continue to get engagement with the survey? Because
Are we
16
allowed to, like, if I'm out in my neighborhood, just put them in mailbox? Are we allowed to do that?
I don't think you can put them in mailboxes,
No.
can you? Isn't that a federal
Okay.
offense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we could maybe do a paper mailing. I don't know if it's worth it for the survey, though, just because I'm not sure how many people turn paper survey.
maybe tie into a newsletter update beginning of the year. We do have postage in the budget. for the
What
year.
about churches?
And
That's what
then
I'm
put a
thinking.
QR code on it, so you could mail them, something, they QR code it, and then they can do the survey right there.
I like that.
Churches.
With
Churches
church
too.
newsletter. And
Yeah,
they're
I
not-
mean, I can bring them to my church, I can bring them to St. Mary's.
Download my TOC, maybe on the back of the survey.
Yeah.
They go into the church bulletins? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut. you off.
No. One of the things that it kind of really ties in together is us communicating with residents, so we're advertising the app, the My TOC app, so we're thinking about doing those on a stock card. So
Okay,
we could do that on the front and then do the survey QR code on the back, so it's two-sided and hand them out at Rotary meetings, all events and, just,
You know,
Well,
we
say-
can get those orders.
yeah.
St. Mary's right now is doing a census and they have a QR code in the bulletin. So if we did like a little space and, I mean, I can ask Father Michael
Mm.
and see if we can put it in there. I'll talk to him.
Well, not everybody gets water bills. That is on the mailing that goes out already. Slip another little piece of paper, a partial piece of paper.
We could act quickly and put one up here on the door for tomorrow.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's a great
that's a great
idea.
idea.
That's a really good idea.
You know,
Really is.
Well, all the polling isn't another polling place,
Crosswinds.
Crosswinds.
and the bus garage,
Yeah,
also the fire hall,
that's a great idea.
they still vote it.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
fire hall, crosswinds. Bus garage and here. Cause we have 6, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, what? 6 AM.
And what would you do?
Turn it out
Joe?
tonight.
Wait, now I can put one on there.
I think it in after, so.
Walk around the door that doesn't lock. There's that one door that doesn't lock, you can sneak right in, yeah. The middle conference room doesn't lock. Nobody heard that.
It's recorded.
Nobody listens. Or redact that.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
So if I can get the QR code, I'll run one of those, couple of those tonight. At least, I can at least get it here.
Hmm.
I don't know that I can get it in the bus garage. I can't get into any of those other buildings, but I can do it here.
We can't get into the bus garage.
No,
Are you talking about where we used to have meetings?
yeah, to
Why?
do it, I can't get in there tonight.
Oh, not tonight, no.
Is this something we would have to clear with Board of Elections, the county Board of Elections?
Well, it's not electioneering, no, we'll just put it over there on the bulletin board, it's a town link.
Perfect.
Mhm. Give people something to do
Yeah,
while they're waiting.
right.
They probably will be waiting.
All right, any other ideas?
That is actually a really great idea.
That's a great idea.
Do you, Kim, do you have a?
It's in the newsletter,
Okay.
so you could just download the image.
Yeah, because I live in Fox Ridge, so I can just download it from the newsletter and send it out, because they have
That'd be great.
yeah, they have their own Facebook page.
Would it be worth putting on, what's the town's, San Diego Chronicles, is that the Facebook
Yeah, I
group?
can do it there.
But that's gonna grab a bunch of people that aren't necessarily town.
Yeah.
Oh, city.
That's gonna, you're gonna
That's-
get.
That's a
yeah.
huge group.
Oh,
Yeah. People are- All you're gonna hear is why it's a bad survey.
yeah, sure.
Really?
I know
Very
that's it.
true.
And why it's, yeah, so I think,
We do share the newsletter there already.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
Is
it's-
the November in here?
no, because I finished it right at the end of the
Okay.
day. It is on Facebook, though.
Okay. I think that all will be a great push to get the survey even further. Moving on to future events about CAP. But first we can kind of have a little recap of our first kind of public meeting. Didn't have necessarily the greatest turnout from the public. But we were very appreciative for the town council members and town employees that came to you know, show their support for CAP and show that there's a genuine interest for a better partnership between town government and the town community. So hopefully we can continue to capitalize on that. We were a little late in kind of getting the advertisements out there, at least as far as the newsletter goes. Kim, correct me if I'm wrong, went out a day before the event.
Yeah.
So next time, we're definitely gonna be able to schedule these things ahead of time. And I was talking to Sue not too long ago, and she said she actually had a great idea for future event, right?
Oh, I just had some idea for different things that we could, I feel like instead of us creating event,
Mhm.
like attending town events, like there's Reads Across America or. Like the Halloween at Oklahoma that we had talked about at the last meeting, but events that are already widely known and
Mhm.
established. Being just, instead of creating our own event where people might not come because they don't know really who we are or what we're doing yet, go to a well-established and just have a table and have a survey and introduce ourselves. And it doesn't have to be everybody, kind of like who can do this, who can do that, that kind of thing. And then, the other idea I had as maybe a project, is we were talking about projects that we can wrap our arms around. There, a couple times I've heard people talking about, traffic being too fast by the lake. That's an issue, and then the Airbnb. I was actually at a traffic safety conference a couple weeks ago, and I found this, do you remember what that sign said? I thought if we sponsored a
slow
traffic
down,
sign.
you sent it to me.
Oh, it was kind of it was a play on the word lake, but it would be kind of, something that CAP is sponsoring for the town of Canandaigua to slow down. Oh, lake it slow instead of take it slow, and then watch for, and then it's got like a biker or a runner, but something like that we could sponsor as a, as a group. To show that, hey, we know there's people have talked about the traffic and how people are going too fast, that kind of thing. So things like that, people would be like, oh, hey, CAP did that. So it's just, I like the stuff, and I'm all about stealing other people's ideas. Because I don't original ideas anymore.
R&D, rip off and duplicate.
Yep. And we could do it better than theirs, so.
Kind of along those lines, does anyone else have any ideas similar to that? Any ideas that, like kind of Sue mentioned, that are already like well-established events that maybe someone would be interested in putting a table together or something like that to represent CAP?
Your movie nights and music nights during the summer are usually well attended.
Mhm.
So I know like the ag committee has coupled up with some of those events and had a table. So I know Parks is open to it.
I think the big events are more spring and summer, but maybe
Mhm.
putting the calendar together and like seeing who could do what or. It, it doesn't even necessarily need to be a man table, but having a table.
Mhm.
Just to kind of keep that going. And then, keep the newsletter on it, keep the survey, our town of Canandaigua, app cards, all that kind of stuff.
Can we do anything at the big tent that's coming up? Can we put a table there?
That's Chris Kimball.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, maybe, I don't know how
do we have
late it is. That would be through
That would be
for the
the
Granger.
Granger.
For
the
Granger.
Granger? I mean, Rosemary Park is on the board
Mhm.
and who else? I just met someone else, because they have a big dance Saturday night. I can ask Rosemary. I don't know.
We'll get to work on those cards this week. I'm gonna run up and send you one.
Okay. Good luck.
There, does the town typically do like at events, if they have all the falls, like you mentioned, and all those fall festivals and all that, does the town usually have a table?
No, but we can, because like, Halloween in Ananda, that's, I kind of do, it's just our event that we do, but we don't have that's a great idea though to have. And, because where we have all the snacks in there and the free food and stuff, have a table for more town information. For town residents to grab that, it's a good idea to have that there, I guess,
Okay.
since it's our event, we've never really thought of, hey, we should have a table at our own thing, it's a good idea.
You're downtown, Canandaigua.
Well, in Canandaigua, you've got a lot of people, a lot from all over and just have a spot
But
there.
that's a potential role for CAP, if the town doesn't
Yeah, that
do
could
that on
be,
its
yeah.
own,
Mhm.
if you're resource limited. that's
But
a
fall
role
into
for CAP.
Canandaigua, you'd have, yeah, you could send a couple people over there and then the one at Ananda could be just unmanned and just have cards and other information there. For people to grab.
Could we do, I was just thinking about the wine. We have some of the service wine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's hugely busy.
There's the Ontario County Fair,
Yeah, I was thinking that, that's good, too. I was thinking that there's,
so you can have an unmanned table.
anybody can have booths, they have the information all where you can have something there, and it's in the town, so.
Yep.
That's,
Or the tourist. I don't know whether anybody goes into it, but
behind the courthouse,
yeah, well, yeah, one there.
yeah, they do, I don't know, yeah, I mean, we
I've
could.
never been in it, but
Right. It's, I mean, they have information, it's more for networking, but
yeah.
I don't know how many people go there as a start off place,
Yeah.
but it's. More of a coordination.
Yeah, I was
facility.
thinking of Geneva, I was over there, I forget when,
Okay.
and it's really a
The
big
big
spread.
welcome center.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's great.
You could put them in the chambers, again, how many town residents you have walking into the chamber, I don't know, but that's a public space where you can put flyers
Mhm.
as well.
Any of the business, don't go down, I was gonna say any of the businesses down. But if there's just handout, just
I
information.
mean, we can put them here too, we don't have them here.
Yeah,
We have our own brochure spot up here upstairs, we can put them right there.
yeah.
If you do the Ontario County Fair, you may wanna partner up with the Ag Committee, because they always have displays there. So it's,
Be a great partnership.
yeah.
And kind of similar along these lines, like Sue mentioned, we now have our own page on the website. And I was wondering if anyone else had any ideas of content we could include up there.
Want you to go over and run that?
People like pretty pictures, they like videos. You know, if you put together something, you know, that kind of showcases the town, you will get eyes on it.
Mhm. Okay.
If that's what you're trying to do is draw people.
Yeah,
But the school.
school. I would, yeah, we could put them in there to get the, put them at the high school to get that population. Get the, it would draw the seniors and staff members, but, and, you know, the kids who are about to graduate.
What went through my mind on one part was, I wonder whether they even realize there is a distinction.
Yeah, well, I could even put it in the, give it to the government teachers and they could put it in their
Yeah.
classroom and then all the graduated seniors.
Well, at least, I
They
mean,
could have that
just
information.
information, yeah.
I'd probably go there anymore.
Could we also maybe,
Sparking all these
because
ideas.
I know the, when I was in school, primary school and whatnot, you had like your little take home folder and then you would get little slips back from different like things that the school wanted to advertise. Would we be able to reach out to the district about maybe having them include that?
Yeah. I can do that while I'm. My mind's going all over the place. I'll do that right now. I'll reach out to the person and see if we can put something in their box.
Or devices.
I know, they're everywhere.
That's a great idea of just like a 10-second video. What about your new town manager? Get a 10-second video of him and put it on the Facebook page, just with a call to action and a survey.
Mhm. Day in the life of anything.
Yeah, it's just a quick promo from your new town manager. I'm sure people are, you know, just meeting and. Get some.
I don't know, this is really crazy, but what the heck? The first image that went through my mind was, you know, making a big yellow line around the town. So that you know when it's there. Okay, you're not gonna do that. But maybe a sign when you go from city, we do have one on 322 for sure. I don't even know whether they're clear in other places as you go
We have
across.
pretty much every entrance
Do you?
to the town. There's
Okay.
a welcome to, there's a town of Canandaigua, like we have out front here.
Yeah,
And almost every one of the main entrances into the town,
okay,
we have one of those.
yeah.
But maybe that's not a bad idea, because I think you're right. Maybe there are some residents who don't know
Yeah.
where, like, if you live near the Wegmans, you're probably in the city of Canterbury.
Right,
But if you live up here near the tops,
Mm-hmm.
you're in the town of Canterbury. So maybe kind of like a little side-by-side comparison, like kind of factoid almost, being like, did you know that this
If you
is
read-
actually
you
this town of
probably don't.
Canterbury?
When you're coming in 322, and they got the sign for the city, it seems like they prohibit everything you do. It's just, you know, no smoking, no nothing, there's a lot of no's, and. But it was, but you know, you know, you're going into the city.
Maybe a lighthearted video about the difference, you know, this is the town, this is the city.
Exactly.
Could even do a quiz.
I could just see what
You know,
different.
this is,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
this
yeah,
city or
yeah,
our
you
town?
know,
Yeah.
I would probably fail.
And it is more than, Canandaigua is more than the lake. Tell me you live in Canandaigua, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, the lake is nice, I'm like, I don't live anywhere near the lake. I live in farm country, farm country.
Okay, well, that was the hat I had in my head
Yep.
when I wanted to- when you were saying it in the picture. Now, I don't know whether people will like identifying that with this. With Canandaigua, but it's true.
All right. Any other ideas, suggestions?
It is something a lot of residents confuse. Because we get a lot of people at the development office that will come and And they're asking to do something and it's like, oh, no, that's the city. Gotta go visit them.
Sure.
I think somebody mentioned before the library. I know that's in the city, but it.
It's our library too.
What?
It's our
Our library
library too.
too.
Right, it
You're right.
includes a town, but I know it's in the city.
But I mean, that is someplace where you shouldn't be able to.
And I've seen
Oh,
the
absolutely.
wolf board full of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We're kind of reviewing our action items, so hopefully we'll have, better things to report, next month's meeting. We're going to really try to push out, get the survey in front of as many faces as possible, kind of through all of the things we just brainstormed, came up with. We will try to identify, what are those already established events that the town is already doing that we can help integrate ourselves into, maybe sponsor somehow, just so we get our names out there. And then I really like the ideas of the video and maybe like we were discussing, maybe like a little quiz or just, interesting facts that, did you know that this is actually about the town of Canandaigua, but not the city? To kind of draw more attention to our page on the website. Great, that we'll hopefully get that CAP email up and running soon too. And then we can, of course, plaster that everywhere we're trying to get the name of CAP out there. So maybe we'll even get some other people who have concerns that they'd like to bring to the board's attention. Because like we mentioned with the survey results right now, that seems to be the primary focus. People would really like to see CAP do. It also worked out well that another way people would like to kind of receive information from CAP is at town board meetings. So maybe having a way so I or another CAP member could always be at a town board meeting, give a little brief update on what we're working on, and maybe even talk about, these are the issues that have come up to us in, this month, this week, what have you. So that way people can actually see when they're attending board meetings or watching through Zoom that CAP is actually advocating for them when they do reach out to us.
I'm not volunteering for this at all, but we probably should have a member at those meetings all the time.
I know I definitely attend
Okay.
the
good.
town board meetings.
And got some attendance credit.
Okay.
You get to start.
Yeah, and I delivered one update for CAP.
Oh, super.
Since we started.
I mean, just making a checklist for sure. Okay.
All right, does anyone else have anything else they'd like to talk about, brainstorm, bring up, or anything like that?
It's good progress in a short amount of time. You guys know. So that's very good.
All right, so hearing nothing further, do we have a motion to adjourn tonight?
Oh, I have a motion for that.
You need to schedule the next meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right, right,
So
yep, sorry about
before
that.
you
Looking at-
close.
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I don't. I was just.
All right, so we are trying to do the first Tuesday of every month. Does that still work for everybody? I know with our next month being December, the weather might not be cooperative. It's also kind of it gets dark a lot quicker now, so I don't know if anyone would like to change the timing of meetings or is tentatively the first Tuesday still work well for everybody? Sure. Okay. All right.
Is anybody averse to starting at 5 versus?
It's a little hard because that's when
Is it?
school sports get out.
Oh, okay, all right, that's fine, 5:30 is fine.
You can always call them.
All right, so
All right.
then we will have the meeting scheduled for what is the first Tuesday in December.
So it's December 3rd.
December 3rd at 5:30.
Are we meeting here?
Yes. And with that taken care of, Nate, you had a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Give a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, thank you, everybody.
Jared, you have security here tomorrow?
No, I'll be here.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll be, we'll be carrying.
You and who?
John and I'll.
Exactly.
The early voting was very pleasant.
It's
Yeah.
very pleasant. No, I know.
The other,
The live person wall?
oh, it was.
Long as they went fast,
Oh.
I thought.
I didn't
Oh,
think
me
they were
too.
long.
It
I didn't think it
depends
was
on
that
how-
bad.
No.
Did you? No,
I
I don't think it was bad at all.
Did you go to Board of Elections or up to Victor?
Board of Elections.
Okay.
It went down, but not very far.
Oh, where did you go? I went to Ontario Street. Is it Ontario Street? Here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Board of Elections.
It was
Okay.
very-
Right.
It was great, it was so,
Yeah.
well, we,
Victor was
on
cool.
purpose, I picked them to go down 5:30. I figured
So
there'd
did
hardly
I.
anybody
It
there.
was, that's when everyone went.
All right, drive safe, everybody. Watch the deer.
Friend.
Simpson, good seeing you, honey.
Seeing you, good.